Hello everyone, myself Mansi Dulab welcome you all in 10th maths class interaction. Due to pandemic epidemic, we are all staying at home. So this is a small effort we are taking to interact you. So let us see how exactly this maths have. Maths is all around us. Whether you like mathematics or are even very good at it, math is all around us all the time. When you are at the department store, balancing your checkbook, or doing your taxes, mathematics is a necessary skill. It can even improve your sports game. Many people believe that talent to be something that is inherited or are born with. Actually, ability in math only gets you so far. Hard work and good study habits are far more valuable. Definition: the study of measurements, properties, and relationship of quantities and sets using numbers and symbols. Mathematics is very important and interesting subject, and everyone needs a basic knowledge of mathematics to lead a life in socio-economic world. Mathematics subject is like a ocean where different lot many rivers are joined as like lot many branches in mathematics. There are five main branches of mathematics. Let us see these branches one by one. Arithmetic, it deals with numbers and basic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division between them. Then the second branch is algebra. It is a kind of arithmetic where we use unknown quantities along with numbers. These unknown quantities are represented by letters of English alphabet such as X, Y, Z or symbols. The use of symbols generalize the formulas and rules. It helps us, the use of letters help us to generalize the formulas and rules that we write and also help us to find the unknown missing values in the algebraic expressions and equations. Then we will move ahead with the third branch, that is geometry. It is the most practical branch of mathematics that deals with shapes and sizes of figures and their properties. The basic elements of geometry are points, lines, angles, surfaces, and solids. There are some other branches of mathematics which is going to introduce in this class, that is trigonometry. Trigonometry derived from two Greek terms, trigonon meaning a triangle and metron meaning a measure. It is the study of relationship of triangles. Then the fifth branch is the statistics and probability. It concerned with the laws governing random events, including the collection, analysis, interpretation, and display of numerical data. The sixth branch is the calculus. It mainly deals with the concept of limits, derivatives, and integrals of various functions. This branch we are going to study in higher classes, that is in class 11th and 12th class. For 10th standard, we have to choose here, that is the one of the maths. That is what we have a basic maths and standard maths. So let us see the difference between the basic and the standard maths. Standard maths can be opted for the students who want to pursue maths in class 11th and 12th and further in their career. They are eligible to take any group like PCMB, means physics, chemistry, maths, biology, or PCM, or commerce with maths, means those students who are going to take standard maths, they are continue with, means they can choose any one of the group, that is PCMB, PCM, or that of the commerce with that of maths. Basic maths is for students who are not interested in taking maths. For class 11th and 12th and in their career, they can take any group without maths in class 11th and 12th. This is mostly for students who are weak at maths and get good marks in maths for better percentage. If anyone wants to improve after basic exam, they can do that by giving standard exam later. Now we will see the syllabus for basic plus standard maths. Now the syllabus is same for both forms. Standard maths subject code is 041 and for basic maths subject code is 241. So we will proceed with the paper pattern. So let us have a quick look. A paper pattern for both standard and basic maths. Section A carries 20 marks. Question 1 to question 10 MCQ. Question 11 to question 15 FIB, that is fill in the blanks. Question 16 to question 20 answer the following, 1 marks each. Now in this section, whatever the questions are asked, it is mandatory to write the question with answer. Section B carries 12 marks. Question 21 to question 26 solve questions. So which carries 2 marks each. Section C has total 24 marks. So question 27 to question 34 solve question again. This is 3 marks for each question. Total 8 questions asked in this section C. Then we have section D, that is of 24 marks. Question 35 to question 40 solve, 4 marks each question. So total 6 questions are asked in this section D. So the total written paper is of 80 marks and the time limit is of 3 hours. Now we will see the blueprint that is what? We'll see lesson wise weightage of marks for basic mathematics. We have total 15 lesson, right? So from this 15 lesson, how is the marks are divided in this 15 lesson? Let us see. On this lesson number 1, real numbers, total 3 marks question, that is in section A 3 questions asked, and from section C 1 question. So section A carries 1 marks each question, then section B carries 2 marks, section C carries 3 marks, and section D carries 4 marks. Likewise, so we have here total 6 marks question asked on real numbers. Then lesson number 2, that is polynomials. So on this section A carries 2 questions, then on section B 1 question, section C 1 question. So likewise total 7 marks question asked. Then lesson number 3, pair of linear equation in 2 variables. So section A have 1 question, section C have 1 question, likewise total 4 marks question asked. Lesson number 4, quadratic equations. On this section, from section D 1 question asked, so 4 marks question asked on the quadratic equations. Then moving ahead towards lesson number 5, that is arithmetic progression. On this lesson 1 marks question asked from section A and 4 marks question, that is section D, that is 1 question is asked. So total 5 marks are there for this lesson. Then lesson number 6, triangle, 6 marks total marks are there. So 2 questions are from the section A and 1 question from section D. Coordinate geometry, lesson number 7. So section A 3 marks and section C that has 1 question. So total 6 marks question asked. Then lesson number 8, introduction to trigonometry. In section A 3 questions asked, and section B we have 1 question, section C 1 question. So total 8 marks question asked. Lesson number 9, some applications on trigonometry. On this lesson, question 1 is asked on section D, that is 4 marks. So for this we have 4 marks weightage. On lesson number 10, circles, total marks weightage is 6. So on section A 1 question, section B 1 question, and on section C that of 1 question asked. Lesson number 11, construction. So 3 marks weightage is there. So section C, on section C that of 1 question asked. Areas related to circles, lesson number 12. It has total weightage 6 marks. So on section A 1 question, section B 1 question, section C 1 question. Then lesson number 13, surface area and volume. On this lesson, that is total 4 marks weightage is there. So 1 question is from section D. Then lesson number 14, statistics. On this lesson, we have section A 1 question and section D 1 question. So for this lesson, weightage is 5 marks. And lesson number 15, probability. On this, total marks weightage is 6 marks. So 2 questions from section A and 2 questions from section B. So you might have understood how is the weightage or the marks distributed among these 15 lessons for the basic mathematics. Now we will move ahead for standard maths. Here also we will see lesson wise weightage of marks. For real numbers, marks weightage is total 8. So from section A, 3 questions asked, section B 1 and section C 1. Polynomials, total marks weightage is 4. So on section A, 1 question, section C 1 question. Pair of linear equations in two variables. For this lesson, we have total 4 marks weightage. On section A, 1 question and section C, 1 question. Lesson number 4, quadratic equations. On this lesson, total 5 marks weightage is there. So, 1 question asked from the section A and 1 question from section D. Arithmetic progression, lesson number 5. It has total 5 marks weightage. So, 2 questions from section A and 1 question from section C. We have lesson number 6, that is triangles. So, on this lesson, total 8 marks weightage is there. 2 questions on section A, 1 question on section B and 1 question on section D. Then lesson number 7, coordinate geometry. So, it has total 6 marks weightage. On section A, 3 questions asked, section C, 1 question. On lesson number 8, introduction to trigonometry. On this, 3 questions asked on section A and 1 question on section C. We have lesson number 9, some applications of trigonometry. On this, on section B, we have 1 question and section D, 1 question. Total 6 marks is there for the applications of trigonometry. Then lesson number 10, circles. On this, section A, we have 1 question, section B 1. So, total weightage is 3 marks. Construction, lesson number 11. On this, weightage is 4 marks. So, the question is asked from the section D. Then areas related to circles. So, on section C, that of 1 question is asked. So, weightage is 3 marks. Then lesson number 13, surface area and volume. So, total weightage for this lesson is 7 marks. So, on section A, 1 question, section B, 1 question and section D, 1 question. Lesson number 14, statistics. Total weightage is 8 marks. So, on section A, 1 question, section C, 1 question, section D, 1 question. Lesson number 15, probability. So, total weightage is 3 marks. 1 question is on section A, 1 question on section B. So, likewise, total 80 marks question paper is designed for standard maths. Now, the internal assessment and design of question paper. As we know that of the total marks for the math subject is 100 marks. So, out of 100, that of 80 marks are for the written paper and 20 marks for the internal assessment. So, let us see how these 20 marks are distributed. So, these 20 marks are distributed as the pen paper test we have total 5 marks. Then multiple assessment 5 marks. So, multiple assessment again categorized into self assessment and group assessment, that is peer assessment. Then 5 marks are given to the portfolio and 5 marks are for lab practical. So, likewise, we have total 20 marks for the internal assessment. So, overall, we have here design of question paper for mathematics. So remembering that of 25% of questions asked and understanding 29% of questions asked, then applying on that 24% questions asked, then on analyzing and evaluating we have 22% marks. So let us see that marks distribution or that of the means number of questions asked. Very short answer. We have total 6 questions on remembering. Short answer type we have 2 questions. Short answer second, that is 3 marks question are the 2. Then large answer, that is 1 question. So total marks are 20 for remembering. For understanding we have total 23 marks, 19 marks for applying. Analyzing and evaluating, on that we have total 18 marks. So likewise total 80 marks paper is designed. Now we will move ahead further that of the time management for section wise. So the big question, that is how to manage the time as a section wise. As the section D and section C carries more marks, that is 24 marks. It's up to you which section you are going to solve. So means whichever easy section is there, that one we solve first. But generally students start solving from section D because it has more weightage. So see section D, total 6 questions are there. So it is supposed to give 6 to 8 minutes for section per question. Then section C, it has total 8 questions. So 5 to 6 minutes we are supposed to give. Then we have here that of section B, it has total 6 questions. So required time per minute is what? That of the 2 to 3 minutes per section. Per question. Then section A, we have total 20 questions. So 1 to 3 minutes are supposed to give for per question. Now, how to do study for this maths? Let us see. So we will have here that of the some tips I'm going to give you how to do study maths. Mathematics is a scoring subject and can affect the overall percentage of our class 10. Scoring marks in mathematics is easy if you put some extra efforts into it. The subject is totally based on the calculation and problem solving. So, understanding of the concepts plays a major role. If you think that just mugging up the formulas and studying a few months before the exam will help you fetch good scores, then this is just an illusion. Maths is a subject that is all about practice. The more you practice, the more clear concept will be. Preparation tips for the class 10th maths exam. So what we have done here, the initial means we are just going to categorize into 3 broad categories we have done. See, very first one is the initial days of preparation. Second is the preparation during mid of the academic session. And third is the last minute preparation before few months of board exam. When the initial days of prepare for CBSE, then It is a precious time as we have got now. So you don't have any exam pressure and you are full of energy. Use this time in grasping the concepts and making a good hold on the basics of mathematics. So even though this is a pandemic session or means we are at home, so utilize this time for more and more practicing of mathematics. So get acquainted with the exam pattern. You must know the class 10th maths exam pattern at the beginning of the academic session. It will make you familiar with the question paper pattern, such as the number of very short answer question, short answer, then questions, long answer questions. Also, you get to know the section wise marks distribution, which I have explained you right now. Know the math syllabus, right? So you should aware about the math syllabus also, the topics and the chapters that needs to complete it in the entire session. You must try to complete the syllabus at the end of December month so that you can have enough time for revision and practice. Remember formulas. Make separate notebook for the formulas. Remember the important formulas from all chapters. Make sure that formulas are at your fingertips. This will save your time during the exam. Make study schedule. Always make schedules before you start studying. Making schedules will keep you on right path and help study at a constant pace. Allocate at least 1 hour for practicing mathematics on a daily basis. If you are poor in math subject, then you can devote more time to it. Solve all the exercise problems of NCERT book. Whatever is taught in the class, try solving questions related to the topic from the NCERT class 10 maths book. For more practice, you can also refer to the other books such as R.D. Sharma, but firstly solve the exercise questions of the NCERT textbook, solved and unsolved. That is solved part from the textbook, unsolved that is exercise from exercises. Study in a groups is always an advantage, but you should be good enough to choose your friends that will help in your studies. Instead of wasting your time in other activities. Choose a good friend circle and discuss the problems among yourselves. Find out the easiest way of solving the problem. In case you couldn't able to find the solution, then ask your teacher. Explain to others. Whenever you are doing a group study, ask your friends to study different chapters so that when all of you done with studying, then each one of you be able to teach something new to each other. Doing this activity will help you to learn the entire topic in detailed way. Also, the topics will last in your memory for a longer time as you have taught in your it to your friend. Now, last minute preparation before class 10 maths board exam. By this time, you must have completed your math syllabus and hardly be left with 1 or 2 months for the exam. This is the high time when you purely focus on the practice. Here are the few methods that will help in giving the last touch to your maths preparation. Solve previous year questions and sample papers. Solving previous year questions and sample papers will help to get acquainted with the types of question asked in the examination. After solving CBSE class 10 previous year questions, you must go through the solution PDF to know the stepwise answer writing skills. In the board exam, marks are allocated as per the steps. So, even if the final answer is wrong due to calculation mistake, then also you will get some marks. Moreover, in maths paper, it's very crucial to manage the time. Thus, while solving the question papers, keep an eye on the clock and try to finish it in the allocated time duration. It helps you to keep track of your problem solving speed. After solving the question paper, analyze it yourself and check where you need improvement. Take breaks while studying. When students sit in one place trying to remain focused on instructions for a long duration of time, it makes learning difficult. At this moment, you should try to take short breaks. Go for a walk, exercise for a while during your study breaks. Doing 10 to 20 minutes of exercise in between your studies will help you to stay fit and to mentally prepare for future studies. Do revision. It's a time when you should go through the entire syllabus again. While revising, give special attention to those topics which carry more weightage. Also, solve the important questions before the exam. Take proper rest. Try not to be stressed as the exam approaches. Get a good night's sleep the night before the exam. Do not study any new topic before the exam. Be relaxed and peaceful. Thank you.